I've been in your waters.
I've got something to show you guys. But look at that. Look at that. See that? See that eye bags? I'm tired. I'm overworked. And I'm underpaid. I tell a lie, I'm not underpaid. I can't even pass that one off. Now I know what you're thinking. Another tip? Nearly 100 videos of tattoo tips. And this man comes with even more tips. And I might add that this tip is pretty good. It's only a small tip, but it's a pretty good tip. My chair is so squeaky, but here we are in the Bat Cave, aka the Rav Cave, aka quite possibly the best cave in the world. Anyway, I was gonna make a like super cool, you know, like full on like YouTube transition vlog style thing where it shows you're walking and then they've got to run back and get the camera, reposition it, walk past, run back, get the camera, and so on, right? Just to make this epic, like insanely epic walking montage. But then an old woman, when I was setting up the camera, had something to say, and she completely killed my vibe. So if you was looking forward to a super epic walking montage to progress the story of this video, blame 70-year-old Karen, because 70-year-old Karen messed it up. The tip. What have we been talking about? What has this video alluded to me? Well, it's this. That was a bit anticlimactic, that, weren't it? Like, super anticlimactic. I told you it wasn't a big one, but let me tell you, this thing has helped out immensely when I was first starting out as a tattoo artist. This is actually my second book. I filled an entire one of these. All these pages, yeah, I filled before I actually got onto this one. So, what is it? Let's get into it, right, shall we? Now, when I first started out as a tattoo artist, what I wanted to do was to make sure that I was getting enough information as possible, like soak in enough info, really soak it in. Like, I did everything in my power to make sure that I was progressing as quickly and as efficiently as possible without, you know, completely fucking people's skin up. But so to do that, what I started doing is, oh, quick note, I didn't actually come up with this tip. This tip was told to me by another artist, and I'm sharing it to you guys. People used to book in for the piece, and then what I used to do, I don't know if you can see that lighting, but what I used to do is get the stencil and then put it in the book after I'd done with the tattoo, and then I used to write about the actual tattoo that I'd done. Now, for example, on this one, I've got the date, which was the 21st of September 2013, and I was using a Cheyenne Thunder, and I was using it at 8 volts. I've written that down. The needles I was using on this particular piece was a 13 curved mag bug pin and a 7 curved mag bug pin. So I writ that down. So you can see I writ everything down. Now what I also did was write my inks down and write the actual combination that I was using. At this point in my career, I think I was like mixing my own. For example, I had a 50-50 light and water, a medium, a dark, and a black. And then what I'd continue to do is write down on the actual stencil the bits that I use. So as you can see, this is pretty damn half-assed, I do apologise, but here I have dark and black, and I use some mediums in this area here. Build up, take your time. Alright, so I imagine at that point in my tattoo career, I was rushing quite a lot to get tattoos done. For the metals, I used a 50-50 medium and dark, Not too much dark though. And then I used darks and blacks, open the skin with 50-50. Now at this point I was like working completely different than what I do now. But what this did was give me a good base to learn from. So often what happens is you get to see the tattoos, you get to see how your tattoos have healed. Now it may not be like until a year down the line that you see that tattoo again. It all depends on when that client books back in, if they ever book back in, or if you ever run into them. But once you've seen that tattoo healed, what you can do is you can take a picture, come back, look in your book, and compare that healed picture against the washes that you were using. And this is a good indication of how to, you know, see if you was going too light or too dark, and then adjust your washes accordingly. So here's another one that I did, which was an Iron Man. Now what I also used to do when I was writing in this book was write down my thoughts when I was doing the tattoo, and also write about the customer's skin. It reads, customer had very tough skin. I used shadow line and fusion, would not go in smooth. Really put me off and couldn't concentrate on the piece. Reading that now takes me back to this very tattoo. I can remember this tattoo, and I can remember everything about that person's skin. It was awful. But I was quite new to the industry. I was quite new to tattooing. I come up by myself at this point. I'd not really learnt much. I was just winging it basically. But having those thoughts written down on paper, if it comes to your next tattoo and you've written about like possible improvements, also what you could have done better to, you know, enhance that smoothness of the piece, then onto your next tattoo. If you have the same problem again, you can always refer back to your book and remember what you've written down, because you do forget. Everybody forgets, you know, especially in the beginning of your career when you're going a longer time between tattoos because you're not booked up and you are starting to build a clientele. Sometimes you'll find that you are going 2 to 3 weeks without a client, and in that 2 to 3 weeks you've completely forgot what you wrote down. So that's why we refer back to this for your next tattoo. I am just full. This channel is full of these little tips. Honestly, I amaze myself sometimes. I amaze myself. I think you're getting the gist of this actual video, so I'll just show you one last one, which was a tattoo that I did on my brother of Henry Cavill. Yep, Superman. The single greatest. Now I tell a lie, Christopher Reeve was the better Superman.
Thank goodness.
But Henry Cavill's definitely up there. But I digress. Anyway, on this one I've lined everything with light wash and water. Worked well. Or so I thought. It didn't actually work well. So down the bottom of this one on my final thoughts, I rate tattoo went well, but need to go back in and do the top right because I went too dark. So I need to darken a bit more. Started getting tired, so lapse in concentration. That is a big one. That was one of the biggest things that I had to learn when it comes to doing tattoos. Patience and being able to keep my concentration for a long period of time, so I did not completely mess the tattoo up. So I put hair needs another pass, maybe hardline stencil, not dash, rubs away pretty easy. So after I'd done this particular tattoo, that's when I started hardlining stencils and not doing the little dot 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 dot, because they just wiped away too easy, way too easy. You know, if I do find a solution, that will also be in this book. I will write literally everything down about this tattoo. And on the next tattoo, if I incur the same problems and I figure out how to solve those problems, I would write that in the book. And then I will also reference that to, for example, let's say this Superman. I will put, skin was a little bit tough. I increased or decreased the voltage. Could have done that in the Superman. All right. So then you cross-reference things. Like looking back on this right now, like it's just amazing to, like, these tattoos were done like 9 or 10 years ago. And just looking at the pieces now, I can remember that day and how the tattoo went. I can remember what I was thinking at that time when I was doing the tattoo. Like, it's crazy. Like, even if you don't want to make one of these to learn, like, they're really, really good just to look back on every so often and just to see how far you've come, basically. But yes, guys, that is it. Get yourself one of these. You can get these from anywhere. It is literally just a writing book. You don't need anything expensive. And just put your stencils in when you've done with them. And, you know, in the event that you need your stencil again, don't put it in. Just get another print off and put a print off in the book instead of your actual stencil in case you needed it again. But highly, highly, highly recommend doing this. If you want to progress as quickly as possible, this is one of the best tips that I could give you. I'm sorry about the lack of uploads lately. I know we've done some live streams and stuff, but like actual like uploads that I know you guys like, I've just been like super busy. I've been tattooing, and then I've got my other photography stuff to be doing and editing, and I'm a busy man, you see. I'm a busy man. But guys, that is all for today. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel as always. Do not forget to like this video, because liking these videos really does help push my videos out to a wider audience. And also don't forget to turn on the bell notification to get notified every time this sexy bitch uploads a new video. Also, if you are new around here, don't forget to check out my tattoo tips playlist. There's like 90 odd videos in there or something stupid like that of tattoo tips. I'm gonna be honest, some of the best tattoo tips that you will not get anywhere else. Anyway guys, I love you all sincerely. I mean that. Big love. Big love the beast. I don't know if anyone watches Eddie All's videos, but that is how he ends them. Am I gonna end this video? Is this video gonna end anytime soon? Yeah, it's ending now. See you later. Is it? There's a bloody train. God damn it.